Alison. This is Julie. I've picked up a leaflet about your course called The Inside Plus Outside Means Upside. And I wondered if you could just explain a little bit more about what you mean by those terms and what the course is going to entail.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that for you, Julie. Well, the course is going to start pretty soon at the end of March. And if I look at each part, which each part means, the inside is about looking about you as a person. So the business owner, the person that runs the organisation that you've set up. And I really want to help people go back and look at why they set up their business in the first place. Because oftentimes, we get into the business and we discover that there's lots of different things that we need to be doing. And we get overwhelmed and swamped by all those things. And I think sometimes, our purpose or our sense of passion for why we're doing gets lost. And I want to help people go back and really look carefully at, who they are, what are their strengths, what are they really good at, and really to kind of get them to have some really strong foundations about what their business is about. So that's the inside. The outside is the business and the brand and how they get the word out there. And I think when you're right, and then it helps get your business right. So you need to be in the right place to do your business. And sometimes the focus is so much on getting the business stuff right that we forget about what our role is in that. And I also think that, the challenges of running a business are such that the business owner, or I know myself, you kind of forget about yourself and you forget about taking time out. And I'm a great believer that, it's not the amount of time we spend in the business, but the quality of the time that we do the stuff that we're there. So it's getting that balance right and nurturing and looking after your own energy levels. I know myself, when I do that, when I'm in a good space, then things just kind of flow and things fit together a lot better. Yeah. So I think my course is not so much about business processes. So if that's what somebody's looking for, then that's not what I'm offering. What I'm trying to do here is to give you a chance to take some time out for your business, to really reflect on what it is that you're doing and how you can be better equipped to deal with the things that you encounter on a daily basis.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, I think I've been in business a long time and you do get a bit tired and you get swamped with things and you forget to be creative and look at new things because you just get on a treadmill where you're doing it all the time, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's really important. And I think, the chance of being part of a group, I think, is fantastic because people get to see who you are and your style and they challenge you. They kind of say, well, I think you're capable of doing that, when in fact your own inner critic, your voice inside is actually doubting it. But people see you in a different way, and I think being part of a group's really good. And also, I'm going to be there to facilitate it, so we get a chance to ask those awkward questions in a very safe environment. And invariably, those are the questions that you're asking yourself. But you try and avoid because it's easier to avoid them, as you say. You go for the low hanging fruit. The higher hanging fruit becomes a bit more of a challenge, and it's a bit more of a stretch, and we tend to avoid that a bit. And I think a lot of people have come from a corporate background where they've had somebody managing them, or they've had appraisals, and it's quite different when you come out into the world of work on your own, because there's nobody kind of checking up on you. You have to do all that yourself, so you have to become good at managing yourself and your time, and sometimes that's a challenge when you're doing the business as well.
I think I read from the leaflet that there's some group sessions and some individual sessions. What would the individual sessions be like?
Well, the individual sessions are one part of the program. There's two streams, so people can come along. The first level I'm calling a booster, which means that you can come along to a morning session a month. There's contact in between sessions, but the premium level allows people to come to those morning sessions, but they would also get some individual coaching sessions, of which there'll be 3. And then there's a couple of additional sessions, 3-hour sessions, that we would spend looking at your business in a kind of a mastermind environment. So that would be a much smaller group looking at more specifics about your business. Yeah. So it's a question of really, choosing what would work best for you. Either, just some people want to just come and have contact. Other people want to have come and have a bit more hands-on questioning, maybe mentoring, coaching around their business. So there's a couple of options there.
I was wondering, what's the sort of commitment? Obviously, there's a cost and time element of it, and I have to be really sure that it's going to benefit me and my business. So,
sure.
What would you say to that?
In terms of commitment, there's a time commitment to come to the monthly meetings. That's likely to be a morning or an evening session, so for a few hours. And then what I would say is there's probably some prep work to do before you come along. You obviously want to maybe take some time out to think about some of the things that you want to talk about. So I would say, if you can arrange to kind of have some time out before just to think about what you want to talk about, and maybe to deliver some of the stuff I've asked you to prepare. And then there might be some follow-up work to do as well. And I envisage that, the group participants might decide to kind of meet up out with to help maybe develop some of the ideas or to support each other. I'm also planning that it's going to be a private Facebook group where people can share and jump in as much as they want to. So I think it's, as much as you want to do, but obviously the more you can, then the more you're going to get out of it.
Yes, that sounds really good. And and what's your background, Alison?
My background was in product and brand marketing originally, so I've got a lot of experience of launching products, branding products, and more recently, in the last 10 years or so, I've been working as a coach and helping people really kind of get to grips with their business and become passionate about the work they do. I'm also a mentor for the Chamber of Commerce, so I've experience of working with lots of different businesses and in different sectors as well. So my passion is really about helping people find their niche, giving voice to what their passion is, and making their businesses a success.
So how would we find out a little bit more about the course?
Well, all the details of the course are on my website, which is finlaykirkman.co.uk. And I'm more than happy to have a chat with people. If they want, my details are on the website. If they want to have a look and give me a call, I'm happy to talk through some of the details. I'm also running a couple of taster sessions. So there's one in the morning on the 3rd of March and one in the evening on the 12th of March. So it's a question of coming along for a couple of hours and sort of getting a feel for what it's about, maybe meeting some of the other participants who might be interested in joining the course. Again, all the details for that are on the website, and I'd be happy to see people. If you want to bring a friend, happy if you want to bring somebody else with you. If you want a friend to come along with you, that's also good. So go to the website www.finlaykirkman.co.uk.